So I recently posted an update video regarding my QUIVR pressure washer and all the updates and expected delivery dates and everything like that. I actually posted it over on the House of Rags YouTube channel, but I wanted to film something here with you guys today on my channel because even since I posted that, I don't know, a week ago or so, there has been an absolutely huge update to this, actually changing up the design slightly. So I wanted to touch on that with you guys. I think overall, I'm actually really excited about the change. I think it's gonna be better all around, but let's go ahead and jump into it. I'll explain to you guys exactly what's going on. And then don't worry, if you didn't see that original video, I'm gonna let that play after this update for you guys so you can see all the, I do a full test, performance test, all that kind of stuff along with it. So let's jump into it. All right, guys, so here is my beautiful QUIVR pressure washer, right? We've been talking about this design for quite some time. We've got the actual pressure washer itself, we've got the frame on it, and the idea was to be able to, one of the things that you'll see here once I show you guys the original video, one of the updates that I was gonna do is adding some rubberized portions to the feet so that you can remove it from the frame if you wanted to, and then that way you could just mount it on a shelf and you wouldn't have to worry about vibration in it, because right now they were just plastic feet if you remove it from the frame, and I didn't want that. I want rubberized feet. Now I'm bringing that up because that goes into the design change as well. The good thing, again, one of the benefits of this design change is I'm no longer gonna have to do the rubberized feet, which is no longer going to extend the estimated production dates out even further. So it should reduce our timeline from that. So what I'm gonna show you guys, this is the biggest thing here. So this is the big thing, guys. If you look from the side, right, if you have this mounted sideways, it would look like that, and it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. But I wanted to make it, again, there's a cleat on the back so you can install it vertical, and it looks amazing, and everything plugs in. I mean, even your water connection goes straight down so you can run it into a hose reel. Super nice. The garden hose connection is right off the side. It's just really good. However, when you look at it from the front, and I'm hoping you guys can notice this right away. So the machine is nice and straight up and down, but the frame itself kind of angles from up to down, right? It's gradual, but it's not straight, and especially because there's a hard line here on the pressure washer, you can see it drops down. Now, being a detailer and being detail-oriented, that bugs me. So I reached out to the factory and said, hey, I understand this is just a working prototype here, not a full production run. I just wanna make sure, you know, this is addressed. So my factory actually reached out to their partner that's actually doing the metal frame portion and got a response that was kind of surprising to me. They actually said that they cannot guarantee that it's going to be 100% straight, which is a problem for me. And I was a little bit confused because I was like, isn't it just a mathematical thing, right? You have your metal laid out, you're gonna have your bends, it should be all pretty simple. And I think it is overall, but I think they just can't guarantee that there's not gonna be a plus or minus variance of a little bit, right, for the tolerances. And again, because there's a hard line there, even if it's 1 degree off, it's gonna show, and I don't want that. So I was able to sit down with the engineers, the R&D department, and my project manager to see what kind of solution we could come up with, because again, having that crooked's not gonna fly for me. And I honestly think that what we came up with is the best solution. I think it's probably what we actually should have done in the very first place. Again, the renderings came back with the initial design and I was in love, but this actually makes more and more sense. It's going to help us save shipping costs, which in turn are going to help save you guys money. It's also going to reduce any damage while shipping. And it's going to get away from this issue of potentially having you know, any sort of angle. Additionally, like I said, no more additional time frame for the rubberized feet. We shouldn't have to do that anymore because the new solution is this. I'm actually gonna put some pictures up of it for you guys here, and then we'll walk through and talk about it. Now again, guys, these are the initial renderings of it, and we're gonna try and slim it out a little bit more and make it just look really cohesive. But again, the main things that I wanted was a solid base, rubberized feet, all that kind of stuff that's good to go. So we're keeping that. We're removing this front end because honestly, there's actually no reason for it. Like there's actually no reason for that to be there other than having another place to put the QUIVR logo, right? It's not protecting anything. It's not doing anything other than looking crooked, to be perfectly honest. So I did initially really like that design. But again, like I said, looking at the pros and cons, I'm really happy that we're moving forward with this new direction. So basically what the new design is we're keeping the backing just about the same. We're gonna try and slim it up and simplify it a little bit. So we're still gonna have the ability to hang this thing on the wall, on the cleat. Really, really simple. But if we simplify this, narrow it up a little bit, and then we're still gonna be able to leave it on a shelf as well. Now again, one of the main benefits of this is going to be, it's going to lighten up the pressure washer a little bit, right? We'll be able to just basically chop off this front end of metal that's not gonna be needed. And then what that's going to do, like I said, it's gonna lighten it up. It's also gonna make the frame slightly, like the overall footprint of this thing, slightly smaller. We'll be able to fit it into a smaller box and shipping costs will decrease. You actually have to look at all of those things, which is crazy. I never even considered that stuff when I was going into this, to be perfectly honest. But when we look at that, we want to try and keep the price as low as possible for you guys so I can give you the absolute best product that I can come up with at the best price. Now, one thing you may be asking is like, why don't you just remove the frame completely and just put rubberized feet on the unit itself and that's it? Because I would shrink it down even more. And that was almost a consideration as well, but there are some legal requirements just within this whole realm of things, that the way the pressure washer sits now, the way the motor and the pump and all that stuff are set, there is a requirement from how far off of the base to where those sit. There's a requirement for that. And if we were just to completely remove it, we may run into issues with that. I mean, we could put a little bit longer feet, but then you're getting into issues. And I think by leaving the metal base, it's an incredible footing for mobile detailers or things like that. It's gonna be really, really solid. Again, it's gonna save on shipping. And then we're still gonna have the ability to mount it vertically like this on the wall. So I think overall, huge, huge improvement. Again, looking at costing, time frame, all that kind of stuff. The performance, like I said, we're gonna get into that here in a second. In that video, which I'm gonna play for you guys right after this, it is an update of the performance from this naked unit here that I've had it mounted on the shelf for quite some time. I was using that for a lot of things for a long time to test the performance of the machine, and I've been incredibly, incredibly happy with that. This, I just wanted to make sure, supposedly it was the same everything inside of the actual housed unit now, but I wanted to make absolute sure. So I went ahead and tested everything. Again, that one's nice and broken in now, meaning all the oils and everything have been running through the pumps. This one is brand new out of the box, but I do a full side-by-side comparison, testing the performance of those two units, or that unit versus this one. Again, guys, please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, all that kind of good stuff. I love hearing your feedback. I don't always get to respond to all the comments, but I definitely do read them. So I want to say thank you to all of you for putting in your input. I'm really excited for this project. Again, timelines, we talk about it in this update as well, but initially it was June 10th. And then because we had to strengthen up some of the housing on the bottom, it got pushed to June 25th. And then when we added in the new rubberized feet, that was a secondary design, we shouldn't have to do that anymore. That was gonna add even more time. Again, now that we're doing it this way, we shouldn't have that issue, so we should be good. But again, guys, just wanted to give you a quick overview of this thing. I really think, I mean, just imagine essentially just the unit with a metal frame as the footing and base of it, so you could either just put it on a shelf or mount it on the wall. I think it's gonna be absolutely insane. Very, very excited for it. One other thing really quickly that I just wanna touch on with you guys about this unit. As you see in this test review that I'm gonna play here, it's not nearly as quiet as it will be. So now when I was running this unit, it was obviously louder than it should be because it is not framed in at all, right? So that had some noise. This one, on the other hand, is almost a little bit louder right now because internally it's just that. There's more plates and things like that that will go into it to kind of baffle some of the noise. Right now, it's literally just a printed frame around it. So it's getting an echoing noise. So it's almost like, it feels like it's increasing the noise that I was getting with the other one already. Again, I don't know 100%, just full transparency. I don't know where it'll come in yet with the decibel level because I won't know until it's fully produced. But with that said, this is an induction motored unit. Induction motors are heavier, they last longer, they're just more robust, and they run quieter. So in comparison to the universal motors. So, and not so much just quieter, but with a different frequency. It has kind of a better pitch to it. So I'm super excited for that. Again, don't know exactly where that's gonna land, but work with me on that because it's hard to tell until the final unit's done. And then you get into a space where if you try to change it up at that point, that extends it out even more. So we are working within our parameters here. But with that said, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and get you into the updated video. All right, guys, so something just came in the mail. I'm very, very excited about because I think I know what it is. Let's go check it out. But just so you remember, today's video is brought to you by Thor Media and the House of Rags. Head on over to thehouseofrags.com. Use code IMJOSHV for 10% off site-wide on my QUIVR product, Clean by Pan, Luminous, Katiba, endless items, DIY detail, all the good stuff. Go check it out. All right, guys, very hopeful that this is what I'm thinking it is. Let's check it out. It's a box in a box. All right, here I believe is the box that matters now. I appreciate the packaging to keep this thing safe. First sneak peek there. All right, guys, so here it is, the first working prototype. I'm gonna start playing with this thing. I'm gonna get it all installed at my shop, and this will be the unit. Instead of having that naked unit up top, this will be the unit going forward. So there are a couple of things that I wanted to take note of, let you know where I am in the process of this unit. Couple of things. So there is multiple stages of the tooling process for the unit. So let's get into that. So first things first, the internals, that side of the option is done. Now we're working currently on the external tooling to be able to create the casing, right? So what we had to do and what got extended a little bit is we had to increase the structural rigidity of the bottom of the machine so that it would stay appropriate for long periods of time, because we want this thing to be nice and robust. So that is getting adjusted now. Now, while that is in the process, we're also working on the metal frame. This metal frame is not to spec. It's not completely right. So right now it's gloss black. It will not be, it'll be more of a satin finish to match the unit more. And then one thing to note is in the initial designs of this thing, it had this sort of rectangular structure to the frame. So as you can see, it has that, but the problem is when you bend it, when we have to bend it, right, it creates these indentions. We have to do these like reliefs so that it can turn. Same thing up here. Now, to be perfectly honest with you guys, when I first saw that in the photos, I didn't like it. In person, it actually doesn't bother me at all. So please let me know your thoughts. Now, again, in the gloss, it's reflecting light, a little bit weird, but in the satin, it'll reduce that. So let me know your guys' thoughts on that, please. Additionally, in a way to try and rectify that, just as another option, we are looking at doing a regular tubular structure. So then we wouldn't get these large indentions on the sides there. Now let's go ahead and do a quick weight check, because I have a scale here. Again, we're in pounds and ounces. It's not light, right? It's a solid machine made. Oh, we're floating over it. Let me put it sideways. So what I did, I just put this little thing on here. I'm gonna tear this out so this takes it back to 0, even though this is on there, so we get the actual weight of the machine itself. So here we go. There we go. Okay, it's all sitting on there, floating. The cord, we're trying to not account for the cord. We're just trying to get a real, genuine weight of the unit itself. We're coming in at 36 pounds, 1.4 ounces. Now again, guys, I got my QUIVR surfboard here. I got the light. I got my QUIVR foam cannon. This thing just fits the mold so well. It looks so good. I'm so excited for it. So as you can see, water inlet here. And we did it with this standard style so that when you wall mount it, you can actually get a wrench on it and get it nice and snug, get it all good to go. You have the mesh filter there. You have your water outlet here, right, for your quick connects ready to go. Power on off switch right up top here. Again, nozzle storage right on top as well. And what I'm gonna do is I didn't wanna go with a 0-degree nozzle. I didn't think there was any need for that. So we're going with a 15, a 25, a 40, and a 60 as well. All right, now one of the key features of this thing is the wall mountable feature, right? And it's meant to be mounted, like obviously you can mount it on a shelf horizontally, but you can also mount it vertically, and it comes with this cleat here. So it would be sitting here, let me turn you around. It's designed to essentially sit on the wall like this. It'll obviously be more straight up and down, right? So it'll sit on the wall. This cleat Look at the build quality of this thing. Obviously, it's just painted right now. Again, this is pre-production stuff here, guys. We have 4 mounting points there as well. I'll confirm all of that also to make sure that that's all structurally good for what I need. But then these little pieces will slip right under that, and it sits just like that, nice and flush against the wall. I'm so excited for this thing, guys. I know it's been an absolute long time coming, but again, I wanted to make sure everything's done the way I really wanted it to. Like, again, the good thing about, you know, we're still playing with the framing idea on this, right? Because like I said, in the original, the pictures that I saw of this unit, I wasn't happy with the indentions. Now, in person, like I said, it doesn't bug me. Please, guys, comment down below, let me know what you think. But in the meantime, anyways, we're testing out a tubular frame structure to make sure that it still looks good. If that one looks better, then we'll go that route and all that kind of good stuff. So just a huge update. I mean, look at this thing, guys. How beautiful is that unit? All right, guys, so before I go ahead and install the new, again, working prototype here, I want to use the one that I have currently set up. Again, this is just a fully naked unit, just to confirm the numbers. I want to make sure that the internals that I've been using from this one are going to be exactly the same as what is there, right? Just to cross-reference everything. So I'm going to flip you around. We'll check the PSI and then the GPM. All right, so here it is. Got the PSI gauge. All right, purged out. Go ahead and turn it on. All right, so we're set. As you can see, the back pressure to the unit right now is there because there is water in the hose. Here we go. Beautiful. 1,000 on the dot. Well, a little bit above. Let it climb a little bit more. All right, guys, so I'm gonna call it there. It got up to 1,005. But honestly, I'm advertising this thing as 1,000 PSI anyway, so true to the word there on this one. Now, one thing to note is when I do go to install the next one, the working prototype, when I plug that in, we may not get those numbers right off the bat. I may have to let it break in a little bit. This one is broken in now, right? So once the oil starts working through the whole system, that can change things. So just keep that in mind. But let me go ahead and test GPM now. All right, guys, so again, we're just running this thing into the bucket for 1 minute. I just checked the water weight. It actually came in at 2.1 gallons per minute. I've had it at times where it got all the way up to 2.15. Again, you know, I'm testing it for a minute by a trigger pull, right? It's not the exact precise thing. So somewhere between there, 2.1, 2.15, probably 2.05, depending on how the trigger's pulled. But either way, 1,000 PSI, 2.1, pretty phenomenal. All right, guys, so we've got the unit just placed on top of the shelf. It's actually a little bit wide for this active shelf. You can see I'm like right on the edge right there and right on the edge over here. So, but again, this is made to mount vertically. I'm just doing it this way. I mean, obviously you can do it this way. We're also making a couple of adjustments. Real quick, I want to give you an update on this. So if you look, there's little feet right here. Okay, so if you want to remove it from the frame, you can. Those are just plastic. I am changing that to rubberized feet. It's adding 8 days to the tooling process. So unfortunately it extends it out even more, but I think that's gonna be a really important and premium feel to have the rubberized feet there as well. So again, you know, I'm doing this to try and make the best pressure washer I can. So I am approving that. So anyways, we have the gun all set up. Okay, I'm gonna use the nozzle that I have here. I'm also gonna test the amps. Yep. And see exactly what happens with this thing. Now I am using the 50-foot QUIVR Flex hose, but this is the 1/4" variant. I was just using the 5/16 variant. And with that, there can be a slight difference, right? Because of flow restriction, the larger the diameter of the hose, there's less friction for the water going through. A little bit smaller, a little bit more friction. However, it's lighter weight and all that kind of stuff. So let's just see what it's getting. Let me go ahead and turn the water source on. Okay, we're good to go there. I'm gonna go ahead and purge out the water. It's brand new, right? So that you saw it spitting there. Letting it go. I am also getting a leak from my water connection. So I'll have to confirm that, you know, obviously this is a rough prototype, but I'll have to confirm that with the factory to make sure that that is not going to be an issue. Go ahead and pull that. Let's go ahead and fire it on. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, guys. All right, let me flip you around and test the numbers. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and test the amps. Yep, perfect. That's exactly where I had it before, just sitting right below 15 amps. Again, that will get even more efficient and that will reduce as the thing warms up, but right off the bat, we're good to go. PSI gauge, we're at 424, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm so happy. So 966. Okay, so 966 currently, again, just turned the thing on. It's not as efficient as it will be, right? You gotta let the oils and everything start working their way through. Again, that's also what the 1/4 inch shows. So I'm really, really happy with that number. Let's go ahead and test the GPM. And I just checked the water weight with this unit now, with the new unit, with the working prototype, and we are at 2.07 gallons per minute. Again, it's brand new out of the box, right? So efficiency should step up over time, but again, I'm safely saying 1,000 PSI, 2.1 gallons per minute. I'm extremely happy with it. So far, everything is looking great. We're gonna make those changes possibly. Well, the feet are definitely changing, adding that rubberized feet, and then we are gonna look at the frame structure and see, you know, again, please guys, let me know if those indentions bug you for the turns. It doesn't bug me nearly as much as I thought it would, like I said, from the pictures, and especially if it's in a satin finish or matte finish. But we're gonna try the tubular structure as well and see how it goes. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for coming along this whole journey with me of this pressure washer. I know it's been a long time coming. As far as updates go, we were scheduled for June 10th production dates, after all the tooling and everything was set. Again, I mentioned before, we had to update the structure, the rigidity of the base of the unit for structure purposes. That puts us to June 25th. And now that I'm adding the rubberized feet, that puts us into early July. So I hate that it's taking that long, but again, I want this thing to be right. So don't hold me to those numbers either. Hopefully we can get done a little earlier, but if something else comes up, you know, it is what it is. But overall, I think it will be worth the wait. The thing is beautiful and performs like a charm. So that's it, guys. Make sure to follow the House of Rags. Follow my channel as well. I'm Josh V. Go over to thehouseofrags.com. Use code IMJOSHV to save 10%. That's it. We'll see you guys on the next one.